Hello everyone, welcome back to another meta breakdown video. Welcome for another one for the archives. We are going to go over the Ludo regionals that did happen over on August 9th. I think this one was in the Philippines if I'm not mistaken. It was a 147 man event and it was I took a quick peek through the meta. It's going to be a very quick video, I think. There's a lot of repeats in here. We'll try to go over the best we can, but we'll go over and break down as much as possible. So going into the usual, we have 53 wind decks, 51 fire, 30 normal, which are probably Silvie, and 11 water decks. Advanced element, we have 37 Terra list, 23 Crux list, 23 Umbra list, 8 Arcane, 1 Astra, 2 Luxem, and 1 Neos, which is really interesting to see. And then if we go down into our lineage breakdown, we had about 22 normal Silvie, 14 hybrid Merlins, 13 wind Tristans, 11 Fire Lorraine aggros. I'm not sure why there is a difference here between the Silvies, so I would count 28 Silvies, or 29, 6 Spirit of Wind Tonys, 6 Spirit of Wind Lorraines by both these aggro lists, and he had a couple of Water Nicos and some other Fire Merlin lists in a rye. Well, that being said, we're going to go ahead and break right down into deck number 1. And in deck number 1 here, we ended up having a normal Silvie end up winning the event. This is post-ban list. I know I said it before my last video, but no, this one is actually post-ban in our errata list. So this one did end up winning the event. We had Verdant Scepter, Beast Ears in the main, Quicksilver Grail, the usual package that we expect here. Main difference here is this one is running the one Beastal Frenzy in the main board. You have 4 Baby Red for Slime Eruption, 2 Baby Green, and 3 Slime Shield, and 2 Resolutes in the main. Mostly probably running for the ally matchup as well as maybe a mirror with the Slimes, as well as the other one Beastal Frenzy like I said. But then this one also running 2 Slime Kings, 2 Luscious, 4 Storm, 4 Ethereal, and 1 Terrasite. Terrasite's a good card. Most lists want to run this now because of the fact that you go ahead and get the extra card draw and you keep on using it for the preserve cost and materializing it when you run out of cards to materialize from your deck, or if there's nothing you want to get yet, like say Grail or Covenant of Thorns. Going into the sideboard here, you have 1 Beast Bomb Boots, 3 Beast of Friendly, 1 Terraframe, 2 Twilight Slime, 2 Himagaya's Grace, and 2 Vampiric Slimes. I'm not going to go too much crazy into this. I've broken down this list a lot as time went on. I know Chess Club has come out with their video for their Ascent Chicago, so if you want a really in-depth breakdown, make sure you go check out one of those other resources. In the deck number 2, we have TKO is on Fire Lorraine / Fire Merlin, so the hybrid list. Pretty much everything you expect at this point. The material deck is nothing crazy here. Drawn Blade, Grand Considering, Terraframe, Prismatic Edge, and Majestic Spirit. And the main deck, again, nothing insane. We're running 4 Dungeon Guide, 4 Honorable Vanguard, 2 Reprogram, 3 Salvage Slash, 2 Scries, and 4 Storage Shieldmates, with the main draw package being the Cremation Ritual, Family Swordsman, and Creative Shocks. This one is not running the Library Witch package, but is making up for it with running cards like Savage Slash. We have more floating memory to get the extra float, so you can level up a little bit more free. This one is running, of course, Potion Infusion Seal, because it's floating memory, as well as Scatter Essence. They're going to get the card draw, and running 2 Reduce to Ash in the main board. The main game plan of this deck is to go ahead and get in the Spirit Blade Ascension loop, hit the win card, so you're going to start pretty much punishing and removing cards out of your opponent's memory. And when those cards are gotten rid of, you pretty much just have a overall resource and tempo advantage for the rest of the game, such as cards like Ghost of Pendragon and Incarnate Majesty. Sideboard, we have a Chalice of Blood, 1 Safeguard Amulet, 3 Blanch, 2 Resolutions, 2 Disintegrates, and 2 Under Fire, which has sort of been the new card that's been brought in a lot for these Merlin matchups. So you're going to deal 4 to yourself, and then give yourself stealth to pretty much get you through these big combo turns. Congrats on TKO for getting 2nd place. And 3rd place, we have Fugitive, again on another Fire Merlin hybrid list. This one is running the Library Witch versus the Savage Slashes, pretty much valuing the extra card draw that you get from going ahead and sacrificing it to the Cremation Ritual. But we're not going to go break down too much here. This one is a little bit different. This one is running 1 Potion Infusion Seal, 1 Primordial Ritual. Again, both of the floating memory, not really too much different in the long scheme of things. Within the sideboard here, the usual Blanch, Incaps, Resistance, Vanish, Disintegrate, Underfire, and an Incarnate Magistrate. There's not too much other difference in this list. Another one, except this one is running the Devastating Blow, which I don't think the other list was, where Devastating Blow lets you close out the game a little quicker with Big Swing, especially when the even level counters of Merlin. In list number 4, we have Spirit of Serene Water Tony, otherwise known as Nico. So Nico, usual list, Bulwark Sword, Scepter, Mageplane, Title, and Vapor Jet. I know this list is really big overseas. That first then is NA. So we're going to fair warn you, spoiler, there's a couple of Nikos. So this is the usual Nico package we talked about multiple times. This is running Reprogram, Surveilling Decree, Chilling Touch, Defeats Block, pretty much all the good water card package, as well as cards that have the floating memory inside of water, so you can mill it with Icebound Slam and get the +8 attacks. And one of the Reprogram is also brought in for the water ally matchups, and then it's pretty much a good free float if you need to. You have the Revital and Cleanse of the mains to go ahead and heal a little bit extra life, pretty much get to buy extra turns, unless you have to Serene Release, or if the game is going slow, you can recover and then also still draw a card. You have Song of Frost and Storm of Thorns and Vapor Jet Chillbearer as well. And the sideboard, you have 3 programs mostly brought in again for the water allies, wind allies, wind robots matchup, 1 Verdane Protect and Trinket for the mirror, 3 Fractal Intrusion also by helps with the mirror or something like Tristan, 1 Frostbind, 3 Hypothermia, 1 Snowfairy, and 1 Song of Frost. Congrats on over to, sorry, I mispronounced sorry, I mispronounced your name, for Nico. Pro-An, bringing back the Nico list. This one's a little bit different. You are running Blinding Orb and Quicksilver Grail. So these cards are brought in for the main, mostly the high-sim cards, so you deal with the cards like Fractalize or anything that can fast interact with your Regalia. Otherwise, the list is pretty much the same. This one is running 2 Freezing Hails, though. This one is and Revitalizing Cleanse and 4 Refracting Missiles. So this has a little couple of ways to keep some units tapped. Something like Nico, maybe Slimes, where you keep their bigger Slimes as well as their Taunters, maybe tapped if they're swinging in with them. Pretty much not going to break down this list too much because we want to have we've broken into this list a couple of times at this point. With 1 Blanche, 2 Incaps, 2 Reprograms, 1 Safeguard Amulet, Verdane Protect Trinket, Fractal Intrusion, Frostbite, and Song of Frost in this sideboard. Congrats to Pro-An for getting your another regional invite. Alistair is also on Nico. I told you, there's a few of them. So we're not going to break down this list again too much. Pretty much all the same cards you're expecting. This one is running Lunette, though. Lunette, if expecting a lot of ally matchups, that's a good bring in because you're going to get it on the field, and your opponent's allies are going to remain tapped. You don't have to worry about those pretty much dealing on the board state. And then Tidal Sweep and others are still around. So we're going to go ahead into our next list. Pretty sure, yeah. Another Nico. Yeah. Just going to go down this a little bit quickly. Really, only main difference card here is that you're running 3 Savage Slash. You get in for another way of attacking. So Icebound Slam, if you want to go to the aggro route, you're going to play Savage Smash, deal 4 damage on top of your Icebound 8 for 12. So pretty much another way to go ahead and combo your decks, or not really combo, but really just aggro your opponent down if you're not trying to go to the Nico game plan, if you need to win a little bit more quickly. And it's going to go ahead and punish those decks like Wind Lorraine that decides not to go level 1 into a later board state. Gaming Sapo is on Spirit of Fire Silvie. So a little bit different of a Silvie list. This one is still normal. We are running Spirit of Fire. Material deck is mostly all the same cards. But in the main deck, there is a couple different differences you might notice. This one is going to run Bedivere. It's running some allies. You go ahead and play a little Taunter. As well as you can buff up your allies. This one is going to be able to run Red Slime. Red Slime's a little bit better into this matchup because you get the On-Death trigger. And you have a couple ways to possibly trigger it with Cremation Ritual. And the rest of the material, main deck is Storm Slimes, Ethereal Slimes, Lustrous Slimes, Slime King, and Terror Sights. In the sideboard, you have 2 Immolation Traps. Go to deal with something that's a big Taunter, or something that's a really big unit, something like Deer. You go to Immolation Trap that unit. Twilight Slime, Verdant Protect Trinket, Resolute Stain, Nullify Lantern, Immigrant's Grace, and Verdant Slime in the sideboard. Congratulations for getting top. We have another Fire Merlin. Again, we're not going to break down this list too much. Pretty much what we're expecting to see at this point. We are running Library Witch, we are running Dungeon Guides, Shieldmates, Cremation Rituals. A little bit different though, this one is running Purging Flames, mostly brought in probably for the ally matchups, expecting a lot of allies, where Purging Flames is a good way to deal with a bigger board and wider board state. It can also be good into Slimes a little bit later on if they don't have Storm Slime or really buffed up Ethereal Slime, because the fact it deals 3 and also deals 3 to your opponent also allows you to get the race a little bit done quicker. We can go ahead and Fireball them into their face. And then pretty much everything else we expect to be the same. Devastating Blow is not in the main list in this one, but it is in the sideboard to be brought in, as well as a Tether and Flames and another Purge in Under Fire. Otro, another Fire Merlin list that's brought in. Pretty much the same way we expected before as one of the other previous ones. Library Witch, Devastating Blow is in the main. No Purge and Flames is in this list. If you go on the sideboard, it is 2 Under Fire, 3 Resolute, 2 Vanish, 2 Disintegrates. So it's not running Disintegrates in the main, is in the sideboard with the resets in the main board. Deal with cards like Nullify Lantern or a couple other problem cards. This one is also running the 1 Devastating Blow, where it does have the issue where it can go ahead and pretty much try and close out the game a little bit quicker for the little bit less damage needed on the Fireball. Cirrus Fauna is going to come on in here with another one for another Fire Merlin. Surprise! Sun and Steel versus Devastating Blow. Sun and Steel is one of the older attacks. It's a Devastating Blow because it does deal 5. It does an efficiency bonus. So you don't have to worry about being fired to utilize this card. Or you don't have to worry about utilizing it on your even turns, even though it's still the best way to use it. And over here you have your Fireballs, Flame Shapes, Flaming Storming, and Hasty Messengers, pretty much all the same. This one is running Nullify Lantern, probably brought in for the Nico matchups. 2 Blanche, 2 Incaps, Reduce Slash on the side, Disintegrates, Under Fire, and another Incarnate. Congratulations for getting your invite. So going into a completely different list finally, we got pretty far until we hit another different list we haven't recovered, is Spirit of Tristan. I mean, we covered this channel on one on the channel before, so we're running Gearside Gloves in the main. This is a little bit more, I think, closer to the Chicago winning list. You have 4 Dungeon Guides, 2 Incaps, 2 Mass Games, 2 Reprograms, 4 Sadie, 4 Sharpen Blades, and 3 Slice and Dice. With Black Marker as well, another way to apply some pressure with allies a little bit early, to play the little more aggro game plan. You don't have to worry about comboing with your Shadow Strike. So you have two Dream Fairies, 2 Insanity Frames, 4 Seville, 4 Veiling, 4 Milk, 2 Zephyr, and 2 Shadow Strike in the main. You go on the sideboard, you have 1 more Slice and Dice, 2 Incaps, 1 BP Program, 1 Resolute Sands, and 2 Shadow Strike. Pretty much the main game plan is this, try and get a little aggro gameplay now with Black Monger Broker and Slice and Dice, get some early prep counters, try and get big swings, and combo with cards like Sharpened Blade. The games of dragging out, you go and try and get a lot of prep counters, mastermind scheme yourself, then you can win with your usual Shadow Strike game plan. Congratulations over to Durance for taking their invite. And play for fun. Once again, on a Spirit of Fire Merlin list. We're not going to break this down too much, folks. We're just going over the same. This one is a little bit different. We are running a Spur Nash in the main, probably to deal with cards like Scepter Lumina. Not Scepter Lumina. Yeah, Scepter Lumina. And 3 Blanche, 2 Venture 3 Disintegrate, and 1 Incarnate in the side. Then we have Patrick 07 on Spirit of Fire. Tristan Lorraine. This is known as the Erupting list. We just got to the Erupting list from Chicago, where Matt G ended up topping with it. You can watch that video for a more in-depth breakdown, but the main game plan is to go ahead and try and get Erupting Rhapsody or cards like Fire Momentum going in combo. You run the Tristan in the list, so you can go ahead and use the Tristan Agility 3 to get some Fireballs if you're Erupting Fireball, because you can go ahead and go down to 2 cards in hand, Agility 3 cards back in your hand, and then before end of turn, still in response Fireball, so you're going to get the level bonus still on the board. With Underfire's Vermilion Decree in the main, sideboard with Ashla Zenith, Fire Resonance Ball with Dust-like Immunity, Incap, Innerate Fury, Spurn Ash, and Under Fire. Second to last, we have Kaiser over on Spirit of Water Tony with Neo. So this is a little bit interesting of a list. This one is a Neo's Tony list. We have Scepter, we have Archon Broadsword, Bullock Sword, Chalice of Blood, and Ring. The main deck almost plays like a Nico list. You're running Idle Thoughts, Surrender Decree, Diffuse Block. You have Dormant Sacrificial Altar to go and get some draw cards in the memory. People might notice that we also seen Pearl on this list before. Fractal Lane, Fractalize, Frostman Paladin, Icebound Slime, Lost in Thought, and some missiles here. Pretty much get the mill into your graveyard. You can go on to draw cards with Dominant Actor to get more influence up. And you're going to have Flooding Memory to go and level up for free. And the main game plan is going to have Atmos, Armor Type Ares, pretty much protect us from the Tristan matchups and sort of trying to lessen those Storm Slides. And Blade of Creation, go ahead and board swipe for free. And then you can go ahead and sideboard with Nullifying Lantern, Variant Protection, get Tithe Proc, Reprogram, and 3 Song of Frost. Congratulations for Kaiser taking this really interesting list that we've seen before, doing well into Yeti locals and bringing it to a higher level like regionals and then topping with it and getting your invite. And then finally, Con Man, Mr. Con himself on Spirit of Normal Silvie. Again, Con, sorry, I know you wanted me to talk about this matchup, but I'm not going to break it into you. You're pretty much looking like you're running Chess Club's list. Chess Club has posted a video about their slimes, so if you want to go ahead and see a breakdown of this list and in-depth reasoning for it, make sure you go and check out Chess Club's video on their slime list that they ran out of Ascent Chicago. But with that being said, everyone, that's all I got for you today. Pretty much a quicker breakdown. There's a lot of repeat lists, not a lot to go over. Try to break down the list that we had before. So hope everyone has a good one, and I'll catch y'all later. Peace.